Hi, my 9-year-old and I both love pizzas and pies, and he is smart enough to grab the bigger slice every time I cut it up at home. At work, the analysts and leaders I work with are no different. We understand pies in our charts really well. But there is a caveat. It has to be a 2-slice pie for me, or at max a 3-sliced pie. In this video, I want to show how you can create a pie chart inside a hex map or a hexagon shape. Get stuck in till the end and find out for yourself. And here is what I was talking about, a pie chart inside a hex shape that looks like this, or this. Let's see how we can build this in Tableau. I'm using Sample Superstore. In a new sheet, use pie as the marks type, bring in segment to color, and sales to the angle. This is pretty standard way of creating a pie chart. However, we have to enclose this inside a hex shape. So we are using the sum 0 and creating two axes. In one of the axes, I'm going to remove this segment from here and move sales to the label. Then, instead of a pie, I'm going to use a shape. Click on the shape, more shapes, choose this custom hex shape. Next, I'm going to make it into a dual axis. Then synchronize my axis. Go to the all, amp up the size, hide the header, make sure none of this shows in the tooltip. Format, clean up the lines, make sure that the row dividers and the column dividers are not there. Let's understand what's happening here. This is a pie chart that is overlapped by the hexagon shape. My hexagon shape is designed in such a way that it has a transparent inside and a solid white outside. Now, if we drag category to the columns and then drag category to the label, you can see that we have split this up neat and nice. What if I wanted to create a US hex map? For this, bring in a US hex map spreadsheet into your data source, drag it in, and create a relationship using the state on the Superstore side and the state field on the spreadsheet. Essentially, this data source is the state, abbreviation, and positions for the rows and the columns. We can see we have the rows and the columns from our data source and hex state. Now, drag columns to the columns, rows, and drop it over the sum of 0. Copy and drop it over the sum of 0 for both the fields. Edit axis, reverse this, synchronize axis, make sure that they are synchronized. We play around with the shapes a little bit to make sure that they fill it in nice, and hide the headers. Then drag in the state abbreviation to the label of the hex shapes. And there you have it, a finished solution. And that's how it is done. I bring value to you. Simple ideas, simple implementation. If you found this interesting, do give a follow to my YouTube channel. And thanks for your support. Until next time.